This is a Headgum podcast.
Hello and welcome to Perfect Person, the show where I'm perfect and you're a person. Ice water is back, bitch.
It's good, man.
It's hot as shit in LA, and I have been drinking iced water as a little treat for me with lemon, dog.
That's crazy.
Literally catch me stunting with my iced water with a lemon slice.
You know what I've done twice this week?
What's that?
Liquid IV.
No, don't sponsor. Don't throw a sponsor in, Jay.
No. Oh.
Right at the top of the episode, Jay's throwing in an unaffiliated sponsor, which, like, by the way,
that's
they
what they're
do
called.
Podcasts. They could be on the sponsor on this episode. I don't think they are.
That's what they're called.
Liquid IV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I put it in my little bottle.
Did you take sponsors before coming here today, and you're just now trying to weave them into conversation?
Yeah, they're cool sponsors.
Yeah, they're cool. Okay, so they are sponsors then. Yeah, they're cool sponsors of me and my personal brand. I'm here with Jay Putnam. He's sort of the hunky one of the group. Jay's a friend of mine, comedian, writer. Would you call yourself a comedian?
I don't know.
How would you describe yourself if I was to describe yourself to other people? Because I describe you all the time.
Career-wise?
I don't care. Career-wise.
Well, that's what you were saying. You were saying like...
Sorry, what is square? It's career-wise.
You were just giving all the career stuff.
Okay, here we go. With Jay, this is Jay. He's still going to describe himself.
I'm sort of like...
No. Sort of like what?
An everyman,
Yeah.
Somebody who loves adventure and the little idiosyncrasies of everyday life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is such a weird way to describe yourself.
I write, and I also work in commercial music video production.
Interesting.
That's what I would say if somebody asks like what I do.
I'm a creative.
Yeah, I'm a creative.
An entrepreneur.
And
would you call yourself an entrepreneur?
I don't think so.
Okay, got it.
Would you?
No.
You probably should.
You?
Oh,
I would describe myself. Do you think I should describe myself as an entrepreneur?
You thought I said you probably should call me an entrepreneur?
That's what I thought. I think the word entrepreneur has some stank on it.
Does it?
I don't know. But I am a business owner.
Like all these oh gosh.
Gary V. I am a business owner. Would I describe myself as a business owner? No. I would describe myself as here's this. A content creator.
Yeah,
that's something actually new that I'm trying to describe myself as because I'm trying to make lots of different types of content.
But that in and of itself is like entrepreneurial.
Yeah. Content creator. But it's also just like, it's a quick way to be like, I work on the internet making stuff.
For sure.
I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
Podcasts. Fucking vines.
Yeah. Then maybe I would describe myself as like a content participator.
I participate in content. Yeah. It sounds like you're saying that you don't have a job. I'm sort of a content participator. I'm always on TikTok. I'm always on Instagram.
Shows when they're like...
I'm liking posts. I'm liking tweets.
This is Jeff. He's an entrepreneur. He's 32. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I get
You're
that.
Like, oh, man.
Well, Jay, obviously you've been on the show before.
Yeah.
And you've been on the Platinum a number of times on the Patreon.
Thanks.
Not a compliment, just sort of a fact. But now, Jay, what would qualify you as a perfect person? Like, if you were to describe yourself to the audience, people are obviously calling in. I brought you in as my hired gun to help solve their problems, all at the snap of a fingy. What would you describe yourself as being a perfect person to help these people on this day?
And wow. Okay, this is huge. First of all, let me just say I come humbly to the table.
You come humbly to the table.
Humbly to the table.
So you got humble.
Yeah, humble.
Yeah, humble.
Listener.
Yeah.
Been in therapy for 16 years.
A lot of people say that, actually.
What?
They say, what qualifies you as a perfect person? I've been in therapy. A lot of people
I have been in therapy since I was in like 6th grade.
That's true.
And
Therapy certified.
Whoop, whoop. Shout out to therapy.
Yeah.
And sponsored by therapy. I am.
Nope.
That's crazy.
The show's not, though.
No way. Yeah, the show's been particularly put on like a watch list.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not allowed to
and
be sponsored by
no
therapy.
way.
Yep.
Other than that, just always thinking.
Big thinker.
Big thinker, fluid, quick with my pals.
You can think of feet? Sorry.
I didn't want to say
yourself. No, sorry. You were trying to say, I'm quick on my, couldn't finish the sentence.
So I wanted to think of something better. I was going A to C. I was going A to C.
Not that quick on your feet, because you couldn't think of the word feet.
Yeah, quick on the water.
On the water?
Yeah.
Like a sailboat?
That's probably the thing. I think that's another part that I bring to the table. Very creative mind.
Well, the phones are ringing off the hook, Jay.
How are you?
I'm actually doing good.
Okay,
Thanks for asking. I'm a little sweaty. I'm a little hot.
I'm a little sweaty in here too, and I brought an overshirt.
Well, we have to turn the air off.
I forgot.
In order to, I mean, we can sometimes keep it on, like in the middle of the summer, probably keep it on.
Yeah.
But I typically like to turn it off. If it was a guest, I'd leave it on.
Oh, because I'm not.
Well, if it was like a guest that I didn't know.
Right.
If it wasn't a friend of the family. You're sort of a friend of the family. You're my son's godfather. Well, one of them. You're one of my son's godfathers.
Okay.
So there's two.
There is.
Yeah. And there might be three. I might add.
That's you're diluting it.
I might dilute the stock of being a godfather till there's.
If anything, you should just make somebody else a godmother
10,000
so we can
shares,
even it out.
10,000 shares of Godfather stock.
No, let
you can buy the NFT. It's going to make you the Godfather.
Julian NFT.
I'm selling. Yeah, Julian coin. You can be my son's godfather.
That would be awesome. He's great. I love being his godfather.
Yeah.
I saw him when I walked over here.
Yeah, sure.
And I walked in and he looked at me and he like stayed he was calm for a little second and just sort of stared at me.
Yeah.
And then like slowly after like 5-6 seconds, this like really wry smile rose out of the side of his face.
Sure.
Light went out. Is it motion sensor? It didn't seem like you needed to get up.
You tell me. Somebody made a comment actually recently. They said, why is Miles is always making it easy for the guests by standing up when they could probably just wave their hand.
It's so true. It was like I could probably just.
But it would interrupt the flow. If I say, Jay, can you wave? It's going to interrupt the flow of what we have going. We're constantly.
That is also like
ideas are sort of going back and forth.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you for listening to the show. As always, if you like the show, you can do us a favor by subscribing to the show on whatever platform. That could be YouTube, that could be Apple Podcasts, that could be Spotify, so you do not miss an episode. And if you love the show, you can consider joining us on Patreon, where there are bonus episodes of the show, as well as extended ad-free versions of every single episode, including this one, where Jay and I really kind of deeply dove into it about how Jay took 5 hotties to prom when he was a freshman, and it made him deeply nervous. But if you want to check that cold open out, as well as the bonus episodes, right now there's like 33 bonus episodes on the Patreon, locked and loaded, that you can listen to. We've got the Cranberry Spectacular. We've got me calling back a bunch of people from the show to get their updates on how my advice changed their life.
Yep.
All of that is available on the Patreon.
I have a question.
At the link below. Yes, what's that, Jay?
You said there's 33 episodes.
I think there's 35 at this point, yeah.
Okay, I've only been on like 4. So like is my phone, did you not call me?
So you think that you should be featured on more of the bonus episodes on the Patreon? Because we recorded one episode that you didn't want to release.
We both didn't want to release. Shut up. No way.
Jay was worried that it was...
No way.
I'm not going to tell you what it is. Jay was worried he was going to be canceled for what he said on the episode.
No, it was just not... No. Not true. I don't know. It wasn't... It needed a better format.
We were talking about a celebrity that halfway through we realized we didn't know well enough to know whether or not they should be canceled. We were touting adoration for a celebrity that we think is cool in movies, but we realized we didn't know well enough and not to know if they were like weirdly conservative.
That's the game. Yeah, we don't know.
We didn't know. Anyway, everyone, the phone's ringing off the hook, and we've got to get to the calls here.
Hi, Miles. I'm hoping I can get like your stamp of approval on telling a pretty big lie, or like at the very least omitting a pretty big truth. So let me know. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, I'll say this right now. I don't want to set a precedent on the voicemail that if you give me a mystery, I have to solve it. But I listened to this and I thought, I've got to fucking know what the lie is.
I'm curious. Yeah.
I'm curious. This doesn't set a precedent.
No way.
This is not a precedent-setting court case.
Totally.
I will say that.
But that was a pretty good.
That's
a pretty good bait. Like that was good.
Consider me
because you also said both sides. Color me intrigued. Because both sides, you were like, "Are we going to do this?" And also, like, is it going to be like, or am I going to admit a truth?
Yeah. Okay. She's a bear and I'm a tuna, and I'm flopping down the river.
Totally.
Okay.
Salmon.
Because tuna don't.
Tuna are in the ocean. Tuna are big.
You don't think a bear could eat a tuna?
I don't know, man, because there's that whole part in the other guys where the tuna would kill the lion.
Hello?
Hello! You called perfect person, and I'm here to call you back to find out what your big lie is. I'm with Jay Putnam.
Hi.
Holy shit.
And I want to say, first of all, this isn't a precedent-setting court case, but you did leave us with a big cliffhanger on your voicemail, and I have to know
That
what
was
it is.
it was such a good voicemail.
It was a great voicemail, and I have to know, was that strategic? You knew that if you gave me a little crumb,
Yes.
that Daddy was going to have to eat the whole cookie.
Yep.
Yeah, it was absolutely strategic. I know who you are. I know how you work.
You got my number, as it were. You know that I can't resist a little treat for me.
So true.
Well, tell me what your big lie is, and also, you want a fake name?
Yes.
Okay,
Please.
we're gonna call you
oh.
Bandits. It's like Candace with a B.
Yeah.
Bandits.
Oh, okay. Great.
Great.
Oh,
love
doesn't
it.
like the fake name.
Okay, I thought
Okay.
Bandits was pretty
Pretty in vogue.
Okay, so a little bit of backstory. My relationship with my sister is not great. Sort of my whole childhood, she's just stopped. She's like older. She sucks. I don't want to get too far into it, but she's kind of the worst.
Okay.
Got it.
And we actually, in the last year, went fully no contact.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay,
Not
got it.
talking to each other at all. But I also, in the last couple of years, have been taking care of our grandmother.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And she is now in a nursing home.
Okay.
It's like she moved into a nursing home yesterday.
And your sister has
And
not
I
had
don't
any
wanna tell my
contact?
sister.
She has not had any contact with the grandmother?
No, she used to talk to my grandmother, but then because I was living with my grandmother, every time she talked to her, my grandmother was like, "Oh, like Bandits is like so nice. She takes care of me so well."
Great
And I
use of
think
the
my
name.
sister got like annoyed. Do what?
Great use of your name.
Of your name, Bandits.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Got it. So your grandmother would kind of gas you up, and
For sure.
your sister didn't like that, hearing that.
Yeah, it like pissed her off, and so she just stopped calling.
Okay.
And I don't even know like where she lives now.
Oh, wow.
But like I know how to get in contact with her, which is through her husband,
Mm-hmm.
because I am still in contact with him.
Oh,
But I just like don't want to tell her that my grandmother's in a nursing home.
got it. So the big lie is that, did you have a big lie, or are you just withholding the truth?
Yeah, so it's sort of like an omission, lying by omission.
Okay, that's fair.
I guess.
Well, first of all, I think it's interesting that you're continuing to talk to her husband.
Well,
I've heard about that in these
they're
cases.
like getting divorced.
Oh.
Oh, got it. So they're continuing. So is that
Rough.
why you feel like you're like, oh, like you're not connected to the sister, but you can kind of talk to her soon to be ex-husband?
Yeah, we don't like talk a lot.
Here's a question. Here's a question for you. Does this situation with your sister bum you out? Like, do you wish you were closer? Or are you kind of like, actually, that relationship was kind of toxic and I'm glad to have a separation there?
No, I'm so glad to have the separation.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of what it
I
sounds
used to
like.
be bummed, but now I'm sad. I'm pretty satisfied with it.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So
Totally.
you feel like by her living in the nursing home, you are worried that you are somehow omitting something by not telling the sister.
Yes,
And your sister would have no other way of finding this out.
correct.
Okay, so you think that, I mean, how long have they not spoken?
It's probably been like 6 months.
It's not been that long. That's not that long.
That's not that long, but here's the thing though. What does, like, are you worried that your sister's going to be like, bummed or something or annoyed?
Yeah, what's like the bad, like what, outside of like just you not wanting to call her, like why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I like don't want her to like show up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm like putting my own baggage onto their relationship, but I don't like see a situation where she comes and visits and is like okay with my grandmother being in the nursing home, even though like that's what's best for her. I think my sister might disagree.
Okay.
Was
Interesting.
it her choice? Was it your grandma's choice?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Gotcha.
My grandmother is she's 93 and has dementia, and she thinks she should still be like living on her own and driving and stuff.
That's tough.
No, it's really
That's
tough.
really
I mean,
tough.
obviously, like nursing homes and like putting elders in nursing homes it can be super complicated. But as you're saying, you're the caretaker of your grandmother, right? Like you're the one who's making those calls because you're also the one who's financially helping her out. So that is your decision entirely. That has nothing to do with your sister because you're the person who had to make it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't think it would be fair for your sister to even have an opinion about what's happening there. I guess she could have an opinion because it's like her family, but I think it would be unfair for her to come in and be like, all of a sudden I care about this. And
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
I think here's like
No, actually.
No, actually, I really like what I say. And I don't think you're thinking about this in the wrong way. And I don't think, and I also think you're taking the time to consider this because there's clearly a lot there. I would say that, thank you. And I would say that it's probably good to let her know because it seems like, and I don't know you, Bandits, but from the outside, from like this very, very small, exceedingly small portion of time we've spoken, I would say that it also might be, it sounds like it's weighing on you a little bit to hold it in. So like, instead of like, you can say it and say like, hey, I want to let you know this decision has been made for these reasons. This is why it was, or even not like, hey, this has happened. I want to let you know. I know you love our grandma. That's it. Period. And then you can release that. She can do what she chooses. If she comes, it's, you're still, it sounds like you're still the caretaker, all those things. I'm sure there's so much like dynamic things that are going on, but it does sound like it might be something that will over time weigh on you if you don't let that go.
I think that's absolutely apt, Jay.
You talking to me, Willis?
I think that what you're doing is really good. And I think that you're also, Jay, what you're doing right there is you're trying to release Bandits. And as someone who knows Bandits pretty well, I think that yeah, like,
I mean, you named them.
I mean, I named you Bandits, so I feel like we know each other well in that regard. But I think that, yeah, like sometimes when I'm worried that someone's going to be mad at me for something, because, of whatever I did, whether they're right or wrong, I like to think about how I would math out the counter argument to what would happen and whether or not that would be like an appropriate outcome. So, you're worried that she's going to feel like your grandmother shouldn't be in a nursing home.
Yeah, and I'm also like worried that she's going to like knock down my door and like show up.
Oh, got it. Well, that would be wrong of her to do. Like worrying about her doing something that's like wild and outside of, predictability. I get that you don't really want to poke the bear, but in terms of like things you can control, it's her grandmother too. You probably like letting her know, as long as you're not worried she's going to come and do something like violent or crazy.
Yeah, as long as it's not putting you in a dangerous. If that's the case,
if that's
different.
That's different.
And it's
it's not dangerous. She's not dangerous at all.
She's just like emotionally manipulative, like probably like a toxic person in that regard.
Yeah. Simply put,
right. Like so, like that part is. That's why I think you should maybe let her know. And then if she's like, well, why is she in the home? And she'd be like, look, I'm making the decisions for her right now. Financially, I'm making the decisions for her. Like I take care of her, whatever. That's not your responsibility right now. If you have concerns and you want to be more available, then I would like to see that sort of investment in her well-being before you are able to question the things that I'm able to do. Like
that's a good point. You don't owe, like, first of all, it doesn't sound like you really owe her much of anything.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're doing really lovely, wonderful things for your family. But if she's coming back with like, well, why? Like, you don't necessarily owe her the explanation.
Right. It's sort of like how, in a slightly alternative way, but kind of this feels like in the same universe, if you break up with someone, you no longer get to dictate how they should live their life. Like, you know what I mean? If you're no longer emotionally and physically investing in their well-being, you don't then get to be like, well, I actually think that you shouldn't have taken that job. And it's like, oh, you're not like, that's no longer your role.
Yeah, you can't tell me
for her,
that.
she has disregarded her relationship with the grandmother, the relationship with you. She no longer really gets to rightfully have an opinion or input on how your situation in life play out. It's just not something she's investing in anymore. If she wants to somehow fully flip everything upside down, have a relationship with you, empathize, and change her personality, then that's her decision to try to do. But it doesn't seem like she wants to.
And it's also your decision as to whether or not you accept it.
Exactly. Right.
Oh, true. Yeah, and I guess I can look at this as like doing the right thing for my grandmother.
Right.
That's
your
kind of
grandmother
the thing.
probably would your grandmother, do you think, maybe want her other granddaughter to be aware of where she is?
Yeah,
You know.
she like asks about her all the time.
Yeah.
I like don't answer.
That way you at least know that you're like, all right, I'm doing right by her, but you can rest easy knowing that like her caretaking is
You're like
under-
on the high road here. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, I did everything that I know I needed to do. I went that extra mile.
Right.
And you're also like holding I think you're also holding on to like your like sense of self-worth and self-reliance in the process in this. And it even says so much that you're doing these things like despite it. And as a result, I think, making that stronger.
Exactly.
You're thinking about this in a really lovely, honestly, it's a very like, it sounded like this was going to be like way more like dramatic or kind of like, messy or something. And this just sounds like you're just being a very nice person.
This is all gravy, baby.
But it does sound like you're saying that I shouldn't tell the lie.
I'm unfortunately
The lie's
telling you that you should.
That is true.
I think lies. Here's the thing.
It's only gonna get shittier.
Here's the thing. If it was a lie to, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong, but I'm sort of like, if it was a lie to someone that wasn't a family member or something like that didn't, like, you know what I mean? If you were just like lying to an ex about something, I wouldn't really necessarily care.
Yeah.
But because there's like a grandmother involved that's like, like she's older, like she is asking about, then it's like, I think you should just tell the truth and then be firm about how you want to interact with her after she knows the truth.
Okay.
I
know it sucks. It sucks.
It's harder than lying.
I've had a lot of friends who have had to do this kind of stuff too, and it sucks.
It's harder than lying, but I think that there will be no question about whether it's just like, okay, I did it. And then you don't have to communicate with her at all after that. You can that's it. Like you can communicate this one thing and then boom, we're back to not speaking. Like that's totally within your rights.
Totally.
I just think that you can also communicate it through the ex-husband if you'd like to.
And don't give this person any other reason. Like don't give them any reason to not think that you are doing a great job.
Yeah, right. Like don't give them any reason because you're hiding this from her because you don't like your relationship with her, not because you think that you're doing anything wrong. So you don't want her to get confused on that. You don't want her to think that it's like, oh, you didn't tell me because it was whatever. Like just tell her and then you can be firm and move on.
And you don't need to explain anything. You just need to say this is what it is and period and
And period, Jay.
And period.
I'm sorry I couldn't confirm your lie.
That's okay. I kind of expected.
But I do appreciate you calling in, and what a tough situation, but you're handling it like a champ, and you're the best. I appreciate you.
Yeah, way to go, Bandits.
All right, thanks
Bye.
for calling
Bandits.
in. Bye.
That's tough.
What a toughie.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's tough. I think it's like, I mean, yeah, like I said, if it was like about a friendship or like anything like that, and there wasn't a third party involved, I would be like, who cares?
Totally.
Jay,
Yeah.
it's getting hot in here.
It's hot, man.
And I'm kind of liking it. It's just called Sweat Lodge.
Yeah, dude. I
It's
like that.
Perfect person, sweaty.
Sweat season.
Ooh, perfect person, sweat season is good.
I'm into that.
I kind of wanted to do, here's an idea I maybe had for the Platinum.
All right.
We get so few male callers
Yeah.
that I thought it'd be fun to do perfect person, guys night, where we only take calls from male callers. Because I think that like 95% of the calls are from women maybe, or like non-binary people.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get into woo!
That was a good primer.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Whoa! Yeah! That's the sound of cold hard cash hitting your small business bank account, babe. 'Cause yeah, Shopify is here to help you be the best freaking entrepreneur that you can possibly be. I'm obviously a business owner, and I'm a small business owner. Not because I'm a small owner, because I'm quite tall. But I'm currently in the process of building a Shopify store using my merch as sort of the flagship product, and I gotta tell ya, it's been an absolute blast. Shopify is the commerce platform revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide. Whether you're a garage entrepreneur or IPO ready, Shopify is the only tool you need to start, run, and grow your business without the struggle. Shopify puts you in control of every sales channel, so whether you're selling satin sheets from Shopify's in-person POS system or offering organic olive oil on Shopify's all-in-one e-commerce platform. What's awesome about Shopify is that I've got big dreams, and it's obviously helping me as I'm a small business owner. But once I get to global scale and I'm sort of one of the biggest businesses in the world, Shopify can take care of those needs too. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US, and Shopify is truly a global force powering Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 170 countries. This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/perfectperson, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/perfectperson to take your business to the next level today. Shopify.com/perfectperson, all lowercase. And get ready for the sound of cash.
Hi, Miles and Co. So 2 years ago, someone ate my special cheese, and ever since then, I can't look at them the same way. And I would like to change that maybe. Thank you.
Damn. Okay, I can relate to this. Though. I can relate to this hardcore.
My special cheese.
Because I've been the person
who ate the cheese. Are you fucking kidding me?
I know.
Boo! You ate someone's special cheese.
I didn't eat something. So sometimes
you took a bottle of special wine the other day. You and Mike.
No, just Mike. That was just Mike. I will not take that.
We were at a party, and it was discovered that the wine you had brought that we were drinking was
that Mike brought. I was already there, and Mike was drinking it.
And Gina listens, by the way.
Yeah, I know she does. She knows.
Okay, so you guys took her bottle of wine.
Not you guys.
Okay, it was Mike, and then you replaced it.
No. So Mike forgot to replace it, and then one day I woke up to a text message to all of us, and it was like. And Gina's gonna hear this and be like, oh my God. She was like, it was like, hey, does anybody know where that really nice bottle of orange wine went? And Mike was like, and I was like, just froze in my bed. Cause I was like, I know it's not me, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Do I need to cut this out?
No.
Okay.
She knows. We talked about it.
She knows
and I was like, it's okay, all good. Yeah. No, but I've gotten to points before where especially if I'm cleaning.
Yeah.
I get into this mode where I'm slash and burn.
Sure.
Everything goes.
You're eating special cheese.
Eating shit.
I have special cheese. Eating special salami.
It did happen with cheese once. I was like, this is gross. It was really nastily wrapped. It was gross. And I was like, what the hell is it?
It had mold all over it.
It didn't have
mold. Blue cheese. It had yucky mold.
It was really badly wrapped in what's the clear wrap? Plastic wrap? And Saran wrap, thank you. And I was like, gross. This looks nasty. So I threw it away. And then literally minutes later, my roommate comes in and is like, do you guys know what happened to this cheese?
No.
And I was like, oh no. That's happened to me I'll get really intense. I'll be like, oh, this is gross. And I'll throw it away and they'll be like, that was really nice. And I was like,
Jay.
I'm not proud of it. And I get blinders on and I'll usually if they're especially if they're that was nice. I'll obviously.
Kendall had a special hummus. The problem is that I'm a big eater.
Me too.
So if I see one of those little fucking pathetic, puny little dishes,
yeah,
I think that's a single serve. So I'm eating the entire thing.
100%.
So it's a little puny little thing. And it's well, obviously I'm eating all the fucking pickles or whatever.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to split something that's less than a bite for me?
For sure.
No, that's me time.
All of a sudden I'm hungrier than when I started.
Wait, you ate all the thing? And it's all? There was so little.
All of it. It was a thimble.
And that being said, I know the feeling of having a special cheese and you're worried that someone's going to have it.
I mean, I also know that feeling. I just know that I've been on the other side of it more often than not.
And that's why it's a moral quandary, Jay. And that's why we need to get a couple more details about the special cheese and the betrayal of having a special cheese be betrayed.
I need to know what kind of cheese it was.
Okay, so we tried to call back the person about the cheese.
Turns out they're in Germany.
Or
some sort of German-speaking country.
I added money to my Google Voice account, and then it didn't go through.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, we can't figure out about the special cheese, and that is a huge bummer for me.
Let's call somebody else.
We're going to call somebody else back, Jay. Making calls. Today. Here we go.
Fixing problems.
Hi. I have a sensitive topic that I would like help figuring out how to address with my partner. We have been together a long time. I'm like most people on the planet. We have been inside for 3 years, but now when we go out, there is a lot of public belching suddenly in my life. And I don't know how to say that this is too gross for around other people.
Sure.
Please help me. Bye.
Are you letting that stank rip at the table?
Absolutely not.
No?
Public, like burping, like belching?
Yeah.
No. Like I might do like a little, I mean, I literally just belched earlier.
You belched in this room.
In this room, because but it was like that. I wasn't
going
like,
out to 40 million people.
yeah, but I wasn't like, I'm like, like when I'm not like in elementary school, like ripping a belch.
You're not ripping a bee?
No.
I mean, here's the thing. I think that there's a time and place for belching. If I'm having a beer or I'm having a seltzer or I'm having a pizza.
It was the cafeteria between third and fourth period.
Okay, nice burn there. Let's go ahead and get a call to figure out the belching situation, because I think that, I mean, I get wanting to tell your partner not to beach.
Sure.
But I also think that sometimes you got to be
beaching.
You got to be beaching. Belch.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
You called perfect person. I'm just here to call you back and hear your problem carte blanche, freaking raw.
That's a freaking delight because it's my birthday. I can't imagine a better gift.
Happy birthday!
Oh my God. Is that Jared?
This is Jay Putnam, friend of the show. Jay was on episode 12 or something, if you can even remember.
12 or something.
Of course.
Hi,
I
happy
memorized
birthday.
every show.
Everybody knows
Thank
Jay.
you.
Happy birthday.
And what's your name that we should call you?
What do you want to call us?
You can call me Mo.
Cool.
You Can Call Me Mo sounds like an indie film, to be totally honest.
I'd watch it.
Okay, Mo.
Well,
Written by
I
Diablo
wish that
Cody.
was my problem. So my problem is that lately my partner, who I love very much, we have a child together, has been burping a lot in public, and I don't know how to address this. We have been married and together for a long time. We do these things in front of each other. Precisely. We do these things in front of each other. But then, like, am I a prude? Like, what is the deal on burping in public?
Can you describe the type of burp that it is?
Sure.
Yeah, I can't imitate it tragically, but I would say it's like a very wet, very open-throated, very well-resonant.
You had me at wet.
Sort of situation.
I'm so sorry.
You had me at wet.
Sorry.
The second you said wet, I thought this is inappropriate to have.
For sure. Like before we were having a conversation, when you left up, we heard the voicemail and we were like, okay, like I don't think I would do it, but like for sure, like that
Sometimes
happens.
belchers got to
wet,
belch.
a wet belch.
Wet is such a.
That's tough.
It's oiled almost. I mean, I'll also say, people who listen to the show know that I am belching on the show carte blanche.
Totally. I did it earlier.
I do it all the time.
For sure.
And there's something about like when I burp that it is foul to do, but I am also doing it on a podcast. So I'm actually not in front of anyone except for the one guest. I try not to burp in front of, unless if it's in front of a guest I don't know that well.
Yeah.
But
You're burping in front of me all day long.
in front of you all day long,
Yeah.
belching nonstop. But if I was in public, I think that a belch is probably inappropriate unless you're in an outdoor restaurant.
But I'd say if it is okay, how
Street side?
street side? Are you kidding? A car's muffling?
As the car goes by?
I can give you like a very legit example because we
Yeah.
are literally going out for dinner for my birthday in like 20 minutes.
This is good.
So
This is
where
the time
we are
to do it.
going
Oh, yeah.
is yes, it's perfect. Where we are going is a place we've gone before. So it's like it's an indoor, but the windows are open to the outdoor, but it's pouring rain. So we'll be indoors, and that's often where we are because we live in Chicago and it's cold.
You're thinking about going to this restaurant and it's raining. Is your immediate thought like, okay, he's going to burp inside?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh God!
You're like, I thought we were saved by the outdoor seating, but my husband of 3 years or whatever.
I have
you
a
said,
question.
Is
Like,
going to be
how-
belching. Let me finish. Jay. Is going to be belching inside at the waiter.
Well, yeah, and it's like you can't say anything after because it's already happened. But like, what do you say before?
Okay, so I know it's your birthday, and you may not want to.
You watch him like gear up for a belch.
Yes, when you watch him, he's kind of like goading his throat. He's kind of going. He's sort of like
It's like a couple bubbles
he's
coming up.
You can tell he's clenching. He's sort of pushing. That's when you say, "Hey, maybe we not." Or
Swallow it down.
no, this is a crazy, and I understand it's your birthday, and it's fine if you're not comfortable. But do you want us to talk to him?
Yeah, do you want to talk to him?
Okay, I
Honestly,
do want to talk to him.
I have one question before we talk to
Okay,
him.
before Jay's got a question.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Oh, he might be going outside to get our babysitter.
Okay, got it.
okay,
No problem.
we have a question though, so this will be a good buffer.
Yeah, this will be a good buffer.
A scale of 1 to 10, how loud are these belches? Like, are tables next to you hearing it?
6.
A 6?
Let's go 6.
Wait, 6 is kind of big.
That's
though.
loud.
That's loud. Like,
Well, I'm gonna say we're both musicians, so we're like good at being loud.
For sure. You're definitely like, you can project.
this is the this is like, I mean, 6 is a lot. If 10 is that's like the volume of burp, then 6 is like
Wait,
but
so
this is pretty loud still.
Does he know right now if you can see him going out, does he know you're talking to us about this?
He knows I'm talking to you, but not what it's about.
Okay. All right. So he knows you're talking about. I mean, I'll say that, like, if you're cool with it, I'd like to speak to him.
Yeah, we can do it.
Because I think I'd like to just advise him, because I feel like I've been in his situation.
Same.
You know, like I'm burping.
Sure.
And me and Sarah, by the way, we are farting. We are burping. It's stanky. It's wanky.
Oh, yeah.
It's cranky.
That's life.
It's crazy. It's life, baby. Life's got to exit all holes.
I don't know if you noticed, but life's got some stank on it.
Life's got put a little stank on life.
Okay.
Put a little stank on life.
Well, yeah.
Tonight,
Okay,
writing
I'm
that
going
song.
to hand you over.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
What's his name?
And what's his name?
All right.
What do we want to call him?
What do you want your name to be?
Andy.
Andy. Interesting. All right, Andy, this is Miles and Jay.
All
Hi,
right.
Andy.
Hey, Andy. How's it going?
Happy Mo's birthday.
Hi.
Now,
I'm sorry?
Happy Mo's birthday.
Happy Mo's birthday. That's what we're calling
Oh,
your partner.
You.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it. That makes sense.
All right, Andy, we appreciate you hopping on the horn with us. This will just take a sec. Now,
Sounds like you got a great family.
it sounds like you got a great family. We understand that everyone's very comfortable around the home, just sort of letting it fly, letting it rip all the time, you know? And you know me, I don't want to
10
have
out of
anything.
10 rippers.
10 out of 10 rippers, you know what I mean? But sometimes, and I mean, I guess I'm curious about your perspective at a dinner table, like at a public restaurant. You know, like, how do you feel about, like, maybe burping?
This feels this feels like entrapment.
No.
entrapment.
This is actually, we're not even called, by the way, your partner didn't even mention this. We call everybody every day to talk about burping.
Totally. That's actually a new part of the show.
This is the burping show?
This is a show
This is
where
a
we call
burping
people
show.
about their
Yeah,
burps.
yeah.
So it actually has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the show.
I'm
Everything with us.
completely conscious of it.
Yeah. This is everything to do with us,
Totally.
actually. So,
In many ways, we find you an artisan.
in many ways, we find that just, like people who burp out there, like that's just kind of letting it rip. But we're just wondering sort of like what's going through your head, and not to shame you, because let me be honest, I burp on this show all the time. I'm constantly letting it rip
All the time.
belch style,
Totally.
because I have a seltzer that's a little too spicy.
I did it earlier in the episode.
Oh, is that right?
oh,
yeah.
yeah, big
So
time.
if it happened to me during this phone call,
I'm going to be proud, because I'd like to honestly hear the volume on, I mean, I've heard a little bit
We've
about
heard a little bit.
We've heard a little bit about what it's kind of like over there, and I think I just want to hear the volume. I hear you're a musician.
to be frank, it's not really about volume. It's generally just, it's pretty subdued.
It's subdued.
It's subdued. Then
Although maybe it's one of those things like, I don't know, like it maybe coming as a first person kind of perspective, it's quieter to me.
maybe we
like
have
it's kind of how
been-
you can't. Yeah,
We heard that they're coming out about putting 1 into 10 like a 6.
like a 6 is sort of the volume scale. 10 being a deafening scream. 6 being sort
yeah,
of
10 being
In
like
decibels, because that's quiet, right?
No, not decibels. If 10 is the loudest thing you've ever heard, they're coming out at about a 6.
Like 10 is the sound that will like melt like iron.
Yes, exactly. 10 is the sound that melts out.
Okay.
yeah, roughly like. So we've heard they're about 6. So at this point, I don't know what that. It just like softens iron, I guess.
Yeah, it's sort of like they're happening,
Lightly
and,
dense.
and maybe people around are sort of noticing that something happened, but they're not quite sure what, unless they were sitting like at the adjacent table.
Right.
Then they'd be pretty aware. But we're just trying to say, like,
Interesting.
you know, and when you belch, because obviously, like, can you talk about why you burp?
I mean, I have a pretty active stomach.
Okay.
Not to
All
brag.
things considered.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah,
time.
it goes through a lot. It's sensitive.
Oh,
Totally.
lactose? Are we talking about lactose?
We're talking lactose. We're talking gluten.
Nice.
A lot of big, heavy hitters.
Okay, we're a
yeah.
double
as you
threat.
know.
Sure. Double threat, triple threat. We're talking about lactose, gluten, and
Oh, yeah.
clams, maybe.
And who knows
Probably.
what else is out there, lurking in the shadows.
Oh, that's the danger of experience.
And I guess actually, here's one, because we all let it rip sometimes. But I guess we're just going to do a hop, skip, and a jump into a little bit of role play here. I'm going to play a sound effects and you're going to play your spouse. And I want you to react how you'd like your spouse to react when you kind of let it go.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll do the background noises.
Yeah, here we go.
Where are we? We're
we're at the restaurant and we're sort of mid-conversation. We're talking about, did you see the new season of The Bear? And then all of a sudden...
Oh man, I think that show was written by someone from the suburbs.
You just want sorry.
Wait, you just kept going with the
You
bear.
just wanted to move on? We're here because I gotta be honest, I fucking farted at a restaurant and everybody smelled it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna come clean
How
here.
did you know?
Oh, By the way, I've told this story
wrong.
before on the podcast, but I was at a concert to make you feel seen because look, we've all got little stinks and clinks that come out of our
100%.
body. I was at a concert once, like a local concert, and I farted and I looked around me and it was like that scene in World War Z where the zombies run around the sick little boy. It was like really crazy. Like I looked around, there was like an aura around me. And then the people who were performing on stage said, "Is someone cooking eggs?" They were like doing a whole bit about how it smelled
You got
like
called
shit.
out by the performers?
I got called out by the people on stage for farting at a local band show.
It was nice of them.
And I had no choice but to just be like, "Man, somebody farted." Me humiliated in a circle of my own farts.
It was me.
So by comparison, what you're doing is inconsequential.
Totally.
But
Well, I appreciate it. That's a very compassionate take.
Yeah.
But it is probably something I could improve on.
Maybe just for Mo's birthday.
Well, just for the birthday, maybe. Because we can only do our best. And honestly,
it's a little birthday
It's
gift.
also, it shows that you feel comfortable. And I think that's much better than the alternative. Because I talk to couples all the time. Yeah.
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 So.
I talk to couples all the time that are afraid to burp or fart in front of their spouse. And I actually think that that's quite harmful. I think it's much better to have the situation you're in where you're letting it rip carte blanche.
Mm.
Well, we appreciate you hopping on the phone with us.
I'm really great.
And we hope you have a great birthday dinner.
Oh,
would you mind handing us back to Mo?
I would love to, and thank you. It's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute
Andy,
pleasure to
you've
chat with
been
you. Thanks, Andy.
A gym.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how do you think that went? How do you think that went?
Well, so I think we may have humiliated him beyond the point of return.
Oh, no.
But it was also the best birthday present he could have given me. So,
Okay.
I'm so glad.
Gotcha.
Because this was all for Mo's birthday.
This is all for Mo's birthday.
This is the Mo's birthday episode.
And ultimately, it wasn't even our fault.
Of course.
Happy birthday, Mo. We hope that the birthday dinner goes belch free. But also, you know what? If your partner burns one at the table, then I think all you got to do is laugh and say, "Hey, I see you and I appreciate you."
That's my guy.
That's
I
my
think that's
guy.
a perfect plan. Hell
Big
yeah.
time. Thanks for calling in. You have the best day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
All right, bye. We flew a little too close to the sun.
I think a little bit too close. He was a good sport.
I mean, look, he needed to hear it.
I mean, look, if I was like hanging out, if we were together at a restaurant,
Yeah.
and you were just like ripping beaches all the time,
Big beaches.
I'd be like, you gotta chill.
No, I think that you probably would call me out. He needed to be called out. Did he need to be called out by us? That remains to be seen.
Not only does it not,
Not only does it not matter,
it certainly, he absolutely did not need to be called out by us.
he didn't need to be called out by us, but I think that it probably bettered. Honestly, though, we went through having the awkward situationship with him.
Totally.
We were in a situationship with Andy.
Totally.
So that Mo didn't have to on her birthday.
So now all of a sudden, Mo's going to have a great birthday with Andy.
yeah, belch free.
Belch free.
Yeah.
They're going to be having a blast.
Right.
And she's going to be like, oh my God, what a great birthday.
That's right.
Now their home is going to be this nice little steak palace.
It is going to be, and I'm so hungry, by the way. Even just talking about belches.
I know.
Talking about a dinner that everyone's going to made me hungry.
Totally.
Anyway, Jay, well, wow, that was really sort of a one-on-one situation where we got to witness. I'm going to have to give her a call back to find out if after we hung up, he was like, hey, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Although I think if I'm in this situation, If Sarah was talking to somebody on the phone, she goes, somebody has to talk to you, and it was a podcast calling me to tell me to stop burping, I'd love it.
That'd be funny.
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was a good sport.
He was.
This is sort of like what we call a character piece, Jay.
Miles, I want to have a hot girl summer, but I have no idea how to do it. I haven't been single in my 20s ever, and I need help. Call me back.
You called the right guys.
Whoa.
Because I feel like you're kind of having a hot girl summer right now.
I hope.
What do you mean you hope?
I'm hot right now, temperature-wise.
It's okay. That's enough, though. But I feel like you're sort of having sort of like a, I don't know. You're really enjoying yourself. You're sort of feeling it. You're a single guy.
I am a single guy.
You're out there going on dates. You went on a picnic the other day.
I did. It was really fun.
See, like I feel like you're
Had
sort
some
of a guy
wine in
who's
the
going
park.
on
It was
dates. Yeah,
lovely.
let me finish. You're sort of a guy who's out there and you're kind of living your truth.
Sure.
And we went on a bar crawl the other day.
We did.
And I think that was kind of hot girl summer style.
That was hot girl summer style because we hit a bunch of really cool bars, a bunch of different type of bars.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Hello?
Your hot girl summer just called and it's me. I'm here with Jay Putnam.
My God.
Thanks for calling Perfect Person. We're going to teach you how to have a hot girl summer all for the price of a single phone call. Spicy.
Thank you so much, Miles. I need all the help I can get.
Happy to be here. Happy to
very
hear
exciting.
you. What are your conundries? And why don't you tell me about your life situation? I'm going to tell you how to make it better.
Okay, so I'm in my early 20s. I was in a relationship for almost 4 years, and then we broke up in January, it was a good breakup. Like, it was my choice.
Cool.
Oh, great. Okay,
Good.
cool. So you sort of seized control of the narrative.
Great start.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, who's here?
Oh, Jay Putnam. He's the hottie from episode 12.
Hey, love.
Hi.
Hi. Jay, and the reason I'm glad Jay's here is because he's sort of having his own hot girl summer right now.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
Okay, my conundrum is that I'm 23 and I don't know how to have a hot girl summer. I haven't had a summer where I've been single since I was 16. And I'm living in Chicago, living it up, single girl era, and I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Living to
We
vida,
love Chicago.
Okay, so Chicago's a great
Exactly.
city. I mean, first of all,
The Bear.
thanks, Jay. Here's how you start your hot girl summer. Giordano's Table of One. I'm having a deep dish pizza in my
Easy.
coolest shorts that are going to make me look nice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're going to want it. It's going to be a scorcher out there. I mean, first of all, let me just tell you, like, what is your life like? Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking to date people? Are you looking to just have sort of a freewheeling fun type of time?
I would love a freewheeling fun type of time. Like, I'm not like wanting a relationship. I don't want a boyfriend, but I want the like benefits of having a
Okay.
Okay.
I'm liking where your head's at.
Now, okay, this is good information.
You're looking for emotional support but sexual detachment.
yes. Or
yes.
or sorry, the opposite of that. You're looking for
the opposite of that, yeah.
You're looking to have a dalliance with somebody who's got
A rendezvous.
steamy little outfit. Or, hey Jay,
Yeah.
or you're also trying to sort of like seize back the narrative, and I'm loving this for you. Now, first of all, I'm going to need to know, what's your friend group like? Give me the key players.
Yep.
And you can use fake names.
Okay. While I'm in Chicago, I got my degree in musical theater, so I hang around a lot of theater people, but
Very
my
cool.
roommate is in the Second City comedy scene, so I hang out with a
Nice.
shit ton of comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're
We're off to the races here because guess who loves to kiss and tell? Improvisers.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that actually, like, some of my biggest memories, size-wise, my biggest ones, are when I was in New York and being around, like, a bunch of comedians people, and, like, you go to an improv show, and then you go get beers afterward, and then before you know it, you're at a pizza place.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
That sounds so good. Pizza's a big part of the hot girl summer.
By the way, it kind of is.
Yeah.
Especially late night pizza.
Totally.
Like in a town like Chicago, how are you with staying up late? Because I think that hot girl summer lesson 1.
Don't put it in a box.
Don't put it in a box. That wasn't really what I was saying, but Jay sort of did a veer. He did something else.
Because I'm warning you,
Yeah.
Miles.
Oh, don't put the lessons in the box?
Hot girl summer can be a lot of things.
I just think that lesson 1 for hot girl summer is that you're going to want to stay up late.
I'm more of a morning person.
Okay.
So-
Scratch everything we just said.
That's what I'm saying. We're reclaiming the narrative.
Sometimes stay up late. But then if you want to,
wake up early, have a quiet morning at home.
That, by the way, having a hot girl summer sometimes is waking up, having a slice of coffee, having a little piece of toast, and just looking out over the city and wondering, wow, what is my potential? What can I even get accomplished today?
For sure. It's all about, you know,
I've never thought about it that way.
I love the morning part because it's about laying the groundwork for the opportunities of the day. And at that point, you know, it's this, not only is it a mysterious dalliance.
Not saying anything.
I am with many other people, but it's also a mysterious dalliance with the city of Chicago.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up, Jay.
Thanks.
I think that sometimes like people are obviously like being single. Yes. Like it comes with its hurdles.
Sure.
But I think the most fun part about being single is on any given time or day, the potential, the hot girl potential is infinite. By the end of the day, you could be in a blimp sailing out over the city of Chicago with a slice of deep dish in one hand and a Cubs jersey in the other.
We're going back and forth.
I think that you can think about like any sort of hot girl summer day as like, okay, like if I'm starting from where I am in this position, by the end of the day, what sort of shenanigan can I get into or around or on that's going to make my life as different as possible by the end of the day?
I have a question. What is?
Wait for her to answer.
What? No. What was your name? And what name do you want us to use for you?
My name is Meg, but I would love if you came up with a fun one.
Okay, a fun one. Do you want us to bleep your name?
No.
Okay, Meg.
Okay.
Meg. And we're going to go with fun name. Jay, right off the top of the dome. Kim. But like Kim Possible, because anything's possible.
Whoa!
So
that's crazy. Okay, I have a thought about this.
Yeah, here we go.
So we're thinking about what does hot girl summer mean? Well, because what I like about this conversation right now, it's like, it's not just like, what are the things you do for hot girl summer? Because I think that's like a little too like, it's small. It's too small.
To me, Willis?
And that was me.
Yeah.
But it's not it's more like, what is it, you know, philosophically? I'm there. And so I got to get there. It's a big thought. So Kim, what I'm thinking is that it's more so this idea that like anything you're doing at any given moment is exactly what you're supposed to be doing at that second.
I like that, Jay. That's called
gross.
That's called destiny tripping.
It is?
I don't know.
Cool. So you got a destiny trip. Everything you're doing right then, because then you're just like, boom, boom, boom. Everything you're doing, it's like, whoa, who is that person that's just like floating on air? Oh my God. She's like this hot girl summer, like absolute phenom. Miles, pull yourself together.
Sorry, it's really hot in here.
Kim and I are having a moment. We're talking about this. And then it's like, oh my gosh, that person, she's there and she's gone.
Kim, what are some of your goals for the summer?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I would love to date my roommate's brother.
By the way, Kim,
you're on
now
it.
We are literally cooking.
Full hot girl summer.
Kim,
that is crazy.
Full blast. What? How? Okay, so tell us about the situation, because I think we're gonna.
Does your roommate know?
Okay, so he is also recently single, out of a serious relationship, and so we're both kind of vibing. Thank you. Multiple people have asked my roommate if we were a thing when we've interacted with each other, which we're not.
Okay, but that is actually a good sign.
Love this. How does your roommate feel about it?
She's very cool about it.
Yeah.
She told me that I could have a crush on him before I had one.
Okay, so I think that this is going to be Hot Girl Summer episode 1. Is sort of like you have a little checklist and you're checking off roommate's brother. Yeah, we kissed and it rocked.
For sure. I'd say first step right now. What is the thing you're doing? Like everything you do is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Go to your roommate. Hey, set it up.
Yeah,
let's do this.
There's 2 ways you can approach this. Hey, go to your roommate. Game night. Have everybody over, but even better than that,
everybody bails.
Everybody bails.
Except for the 2 of you.
And you're playing sorry till 1 in the morning.
Totally.
Because not too late, because you got to get up early for your hot girl walks. So, but I think that, you having like a situation where you're like, hey, we should all go out and you should invite your brother. And we're going to go somewhere really like cool and fun. And then everyone at some point is going to kind of vanish, except for you and the brother.
Oh.
I think that's it. I think just like, that step 1, you know, if that's the thing, go for it. This sounds great.
Okay, you're saying a whole lot of nothing over there.
I just want to amp her up, man.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm going to their house on the 4th, so
okay.
That's literally 3 days away. 2.
And what do you like about the roommate's brother? What do you think is cool about roommate's brother? We're gonna get Tony.
He's 6'5" for one.
Tony
6'5".
Tony's 6'5", and he's ready to go.
Is he a listener to the show?
Is he listening to the show?
He is very interesting. He works at a lab that cures cancer.
Oh
okay, so that's cool.
Tony's cool.
Tony's becoming like a cool, first of all, his sister digs him.
Yes, his sister thinks he's cool, and he cures cancer for a job.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We're into Tony.
Okay. He taught himself how to play guitar.
We love that.
And piano. He's got music in his bones, but he's got a stable job.
He's got music in his bones.
Okay.
And he cures cancer.
Okay.
Excuse me, Kim, party of one. I'd like to fucking eat a dinner at this guy's restaurant.
Yeah, can he cook?
I bet he can. I haven't had any of his food.
I think that I just want you to know, Kim, that you can do anything you set your mind to.
Totally.
And that I think that this is going to be a really big summer for you, self-fulfillment wise. Now, are you looking to discover anything about yourself? Are you looking to sort of find yourself? Are you just sort of looking to get out there and freaking, go wild?
I'm just kind of wanting to get out there. I'm only 23 once,
Oh,
might as well live it up.
I have a lot of the summer I turned 23. I mean, it was September for me.
Mine was summer. It was July.
And I just remember I lived in New York, and it was a wild time. 23 is a good age. There's so much that can go on, and you still have I just feel like there's, again, every day is infinite potential.
Yeah.
And I think you should it's a good opportunity for you to just be like, I'm in control of my narrative, and I'm going to Tony's freaking picnic. I'm going to Tony's house. And then, Tony's, a lounge is opening downtown.
Oh, Tony, do you want to
In the Bean in
smoke
Chicago.
a cigar?
Well, yeah, maybe you get into cigars this summer.
Yeah, go to a smoke shop. A cigar smoke shop.
Oh, I'm a singer, so I cannot do that.
Jay, she's in a musical theater. What a ridiculous.
Well, an Adele rasp?
Well, first of all, musical theater, love that.
Love that
for us.
We were talking about musical theater earlier.
We were. Jay and I both did musical theater when we were young boys. And also in college for me, but not Jay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Have we talked at all, do you know what Tony's thought? Is there any conversation around what Tony's thoughts are? Feelings?
I don't know what his vibe is. I tried to ask him out in February just to get dinner because my roommate couldn't come.
Yeah.
And we had already had pseudo plans, and I was like, well, I'm still available. He was like, well, I actually have to meet my cousin this week, but maybe next time. And I was like, okay. And that was a long time ago, so I'm not actually sure.
This is a new development, but I think if you just approach it with confidence and fun, Kim, you're gonna have the best summer of your freaking life.
Kim,
thank you for calling in, Kim.
Thank you, Miles. I very much appreciate this advice.
Absolutely. You rock. Jay sucks. And thanks for calling in.
You rock, Miles. Say hi to baby Juju.
I will. Bye, Kim.
Bye.
Okay.
Well, sometimes, Jay, you sort of started a sentence and then it just kind of ended.
I mean, I have to get there. I have the thought.
Talking to the end of the mic, though.
I told you I was going to do that.
What's that?
I'm tired.
But you wanted to lay down.
I don't know, man.
You thought it was going to be fun for the audience. And I want everyone to comment below if this was fun for Jay to do. Okay, so this is really interesting. This is sort of Peanuts style. You're barely on camera.
I am.
I kind of like it.
Thanks.
Okay, so Jay, that actually brings us to the final part of the show.
Oh, wait. Hold on. All right.
Jay, this brings us to our final segment, a segment we like to call Get Real, where we force a genuine moment to learn a little bit more about ourselves. And in an effort to learn more about ourselves, we learn about each other.
Cool.
How's it going, man?
Good.
Yeah?
It is. It actually is good.
Really?
There's this I don't know, it kind of feels like summer. Not just the weather, there's this sort of excited, we're gonna do fun stuff all together with our friends right now, and it's been nice.
Sure. No, I feel
I
that way.
See little Juju outside.
That was really nice.
Awesome.
I know.
I hadn't seen him in a little bit, so that was really sweet.
Yeah, he's been really good. I think that every time I feel so tired at the end of the day, but then every time there are plans and I go do them, I feel rewarded. I think that's sort of like the paradox of being busy, is that adding more busyness will, and by busyness I do mean like,
I know what you mean.
Coffee with you.
How does that feel as a dad?
Well, it's just sort of like
that's kind of the thing. Like you get so much. It does. You're tired, but
yeah.
Sorry, I had, if I may, you get all this excitement from. Let me finish. You have the excitement from your child. Get this excitement from your child.
Oh yeah.
And then that does kind of move into these other things when you and Sarah get to be with us, and sometimes even Juju too.
Well, no, it is. That part is really interesting because right now I'm getting fulfillment. My cup is overflowing things so much that it's like a freaking pond.
Totally. It's like, I need a new cup.
It's like, by the way, bigger cup would be helpful.
Be huge right now.
Right now,
my cup's the size of a lake.
Like I wake up with Juju this in the morning and it's like so wonderful and we get to hang out and I make a little coffee and he's so cute and then whatever.
You give him the coffee.
I give him the coffee. I take the bottle and I get a little nutrients. But like I get to hang out with him in the morning and then I'm typically going to work. Something I've been trying to actually recently flex on. So I'm a busy little beaver.
Sure.
Often I'm working at Try Guys for the full day, then I'm coming home and then having to edit Perfect Person or coming home and just like doing other work shit.
Yep.
And something I'm trying to adopt because I'm trying to do like a little bit of gratitude flexing because it was making me stressed and like annoyed that it'd be like, oh man, it's like 11 o'clock or it's like 10 o'clock and I'm still working. To think about it as all one big bucket that is quote unquote work was stressing me out.
Sure.
So I think that like in a small perspective shift of being like, okay, when I'm editing a show that I get to make, that I get to feel proud of, that I get to like have be mine that people are listening to, that's such a luxury.
Oh, cool.
And to be like, oh, at 10 o'clock, like how cool to be working up late on a project that I created.
That's sick.
Like I'm trying to do that perspective shift because I also know that like times will come and go and like I'll get busy and less busy and whatever. But now with the baby, like time is a luxury and a limit. So I know that like sometimes I'll be working late on things that mean a lot to me. And it's easy to forget that they mean a lot to you because of the busyness part of it. Similar with the baby, like I wake up really early in the morning and I'm with him and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to fucking wake up early. And that's fine. Like I have that thought that exists too. But I'm trying to also be like, oh man, like how cool that at this time in my life, I'm waking up early with the baby. I'm up before everybody else. Before the city's awake, I'm like with him on the porch, kind of looking out. Like I'm trying to just do that perspective shift. It's kind of the About Time thing.
A little bit. And
where he, if you haven't seen About Time.
I love it.
He can time travel, and at the end of the movie, he's like, I don't even time travel anymore. I just live every day as if I've lived it for the second time. So as I'm going through the day, I'm looking around and being like, oh, this is something I noticed yesterday that I like again. Or like, you're just sort of like taking time to appreciate the minutia around your life and the story of every day.
And if I may call back to Kim.
Yeah.
That's very hot girl summer of you.
Thank you, Jay.
Early morning, overlooking the quiet city.
It is kind of nice.
That's pretty hot girl summer.
No, but I think that's the thing. It's just like, I don't know. I have a lot of the things that I really wanted when I was struggling in New York, like working service jobs.
What a cool thing.
Which is really,
what a wild,
really
amazing
cool
thing.
and feels like a total luxury. And obviously I have goalposts that I'm constantly moving.
Of course.
But I'm trying to be like, oh, fuck. Like, if you told me back then, oh, you get to work and you're going to work late on a thing and it's going to come out the next day and like you're going to work really hard on the video and then it's going to come out and it's going to be, and I'm like, that is such a win. And so I'm trying to adopt that mentality just because like there's almost no choice but to be grateful, because the opposite of that is like, oh, I just be annoyed all the time.
There's so much like, it's so good to be content in those moments because contentment also doesn't negate ambition. And it's like those things can be hand in hand. They can be in their respective places.
Right.
And you can still love that thing and keep pushing.
Being grateful is elective. Like, it's like I have to choose to be grateful for these things. Like, because I think that
it's literally a practice.
It's
I mean,
a
that's
practice,
something you think about.
So, like you have to kind of like restructure and reframe the way you think about the wins and the losses, because I think if you just focus on how difficult, and this is obviously like, I don't know, like I also have days where I'm just like, fuck, I'm so tired, clearly. Yeah. But I think I'm just actively trying to do that because the waking state of being busy and like being a new father and having this, it's like there's so much here, but it's like if I try to just be like, oh man, like I woke up early and I'm really tired, but like I'm having a coffee and like this little moment is really nice and special.
Totally.
And like the
and
busyness
those compound, those are additive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at, but
that rules.
Yeah. What's one thing that you're grateful for recently?
I've been really grateful for our group of friends.
Yeah, definitely.
And that one might be a little corny.
No, I talk about it all the time.
It's I don't know. Recently, there's just been this like, I felt consistently seen and sought out and cared for by our friends.
It's great.
And I felt the opportunity to be able to do that back to other people. And I felt us all sort of like as a unit growing very close to one another.
Yeah.
In very healthy ways. Being very open about, good and bad. And that is, I think that has been a huge like boost to me, especially as I think that is part of like this summer thing. It's like, I feel like, I have these people like all the time. And I've been like crazy grateful for that.
No, yeah, I think about that all the time. I just feel so lucky that we have this group.
Yeah.
Like I think that a lot of people don't. And a lot of people like, they call in or just like, how do I make friends? Like, like people are constantly worried about that. But I feel very lucky that we have the type of community that we have because I think it's a rarity.
Yeah.
Well, Jay, thanks for joining the show.
Love you.
Love you too, buddy. Where can people find you on the internet if they wanted to follow you for any projects or shows or fun things you're working on?
Sure. Mostly Instagram, probably. Yeah. It's Jay Putnam, Putnam underscore. You can find me on Miles stuff.
Jay Putnam underscore, baby.
Underscore.
Pop it a little. By the way, at the end, it's a little place for you to sit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
sit on the underscore.
It's sort of saying, come hang out.
Come hang out. By the way, Jay Putnam underscore.
Yeah. Come.
It's understated. Take a load off. It's underscored.
Yeah. Take your jacket off. Hang out for a little bit.
Check out Jay's thing. Do all the stuff. We obviously have Perfect Person merch on the links below in the description. You can wear the uniform. You can ascend to perfection. And if you're struggling out there, just know that no matter where you are or what you're doing, perfection is only a call away.
That was a Headgum podcast.